What is up, everybody? Uh, this is Melee and More with Acid,
And I'm Dalbull.
and this week we have a very special guest to us, Joe Frigid.
Hello.
So, Joe, go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so I guess relevant to what the podcast is. I'm a former Indiana player. I was on Indiana PR for like 7 years or something.
Closer to
Way too long of
closer
a
to like
time.
32, but yeah,
Okay, let's calm
yeah.
down. And then I moved to Oregon about 6 months ago, and now I'm number 10 in Portland. Captain Falcon main. I don't know, semi-retired, semi-washed player,
Hey, chill.
professional, just vibing now, but having fun.
Didn't you beat like who's the Marth player that's like 5 or 6?
Oh, Knox, yeah.
That
Oh
shit
my
was
God,
so funny.
I'm so glad I get to throw that stray again. But they beat me last set we played, so
But
we're
who
1-1
won? Who
right
won
now.
that set?
Yeah, the
Like
important
that
set, the one with all the
one.
shit talk to it. I won that one. Yeah,
Um,
no, it's been good. I'm excited to talk to my favorite Indiana people now.
oh.
Too
Well,
nice.
if you are new to Melee and More, how this works is we will start off with a Melee section. This week, Dalton will be asking some Melee questions, and Jolene and I will be playing some Melee. So
Oh,
we're gonna
I'm playing Mason. Let's go.
so we're gonna go ahead and boot that up.
Yeah, I'm excited for this. I just fixed my controller. I found out today, like a couple hours ago, there's a setting for fobs that auto snaps your control stick to the cardinal direction. But then there's also a setting on that where it makes it avoid the cardinal direction. And I had the one that avoided cardinal directions. And I was like, wow, why can't I dash out of crouch? And
Nice.
This is why. Yeah.
I actually, after my last regional, I swapped off my fob. I'm OEM.
Dude, that's nice. I'm thinking about the same thing, TBH. How's it feel?
You know, feels like I can do things, which is cool.
Yeah,
I always think that.
Trust Bob.
Did you say you do trust Dalton?
I do. Griff handed me a controller and it made me dash better, and I trust him to take care of it from there.
Dude, you know I'm still rocking my Griff fob.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's held up
one
pretty
of a
well.
kind.
I had to get the software updated, but no, I think Griff did a good job.
I mean, I have nothing to compare it to, but I've been pretty happy with it. When I first got into the scene, you were the highest ranked of a deadly trio of Indiana Falcons. Tell us a bit about how you landed on the character.
So, man, this is a story. So, back in 2014, I was a really young Ganondorf main. I played purple Ganondorf, and I thought the purple moves were cool. But Ganondorf was really bad. And so I was like, oh my god, who's this? Maybe I'll play Captain Falcon. Who's this really cool Captain Falcon player named Tax Money?
Oh no!
And then a week later, he dropped the character. And then a couple of years later, a bunch of hack stuff happened. That's my history with the character. But I don't know. I really like the character. Like, movement is easily my favorite thing in Melee, bar none. And there's just like no character that kind of does it like Captain Falcon. And so that's kind of like, I would say that's always the thing that's gravitated me towards him.
Okay, yeah. Glad we got you out of the Ganondorf mass.
Dude, no kidding.
Would have been a different beast.
Dude,
that would have been
before my first tournament. It doesn't count.
What do you think some of the challenges Falcon mains faced in today's meta?
Let's see. I think there's like a really big issue with Captain Falcon where everyone who mains him happens to be a massive baby about Spacey. And I just got done maining Falco for like a month and a half. And man, this Captain Falcon is kind of bullshit. Like, no lie.
Yeah.
So even as, I don't know, I think like Captain Falcon, I always say Captain Falcon's kind of bad. Like, he is he is bad 90% of the time, but that's okay because 10% of the time he only needs to be good 10% of the time. Because when he is good, he kills you off of like a hit potentially. So that's like always one of my favorite things about the character. Because I always kind of feel like I can sort of win with him, and I kind of feel like people really underrate that aspect to him. Like, I don't know. To me, it's kind of like the Hungry, but like the Puff versus Fox debate. Like, yeah, Fox demolishes Jigglypuff, but then like, I don't know, every Puff like still manages to get like lucky stocks against Fox. And like, it seems like every Puff main like kind of gets it down eventually. Even like Hungry Box too. Maybe not the very tippy top lately, but like, I don't know. They still get their cheese and their gimmicks, and I kind of feel like Captain Falcon is like so good at that.
Yeah, you're not going to go through a full Puff Spacey set without enough throat rest, right?
Yeah, and so I feel like, I don't know, my thing with Captain Falcon, like, dude, the amount of times I have won sets losing 90% of the time, like against a Fox or a Falcor specifically, like his hardest matchups. Like literally this, like last weekend, I was losing like the entire game to a Portland Falco main. And he was just like demolishing me the whole time. And like, we get to last stock where I'm at like, I don't know, like 140, 150. And he's at like 45 or something. And I barely recover, and I get a random nair that he happens to miss tech. And then I knee and he DIs away because I think he's trying to dash back. And then he just fucking dies. Like from like the entire, he dies off the right side from like the leftmost part of the stage. I'm just like, all right, this character's cool. I love my character.
You gotta play it.
Dude, yeah. So I don't know. I think, like I said, I think Captain Falcon is bad, but he doesn't need to be good the whole time. It's like what always gives me hope for this character.
Sure.
I'm sorry, I'm just like,
Dude, talking and play, I always forget how hard it is.
It's
to talk and play
hard.
Melee at the
And
same
also,
time.
like, if you breathe on me wrong right now, I'm dead. I'm so scared.
Oh no, no, I'm gonna die there.
You mentioned you recently swapped to Falco for a month. What did you like and dislike about the change?
Okay, so one thing, okay, I think the characters are really funny. So I still think Falco's like really good. I do think he is like kind of overrated.
Yep.
So the thing I like about Captain Falcon is I feel like I can lose an entire match, and I can lose the entire match, but it sort of feels like no matter what, if I just like start playing good for a couple stocks, I can win. Falco, on the other hand, feels like I can win. I have the tools to win the entire game, like the whole time. I have like perfect neutral control tools. But like the second it drops, so like the thing I like about him is the neutral, but the second you drop your control of it, the character just like fucking died. And I was like, I can't do this. I cannot get like shield grab cheese in the corner anymore. But that being said, the characters like laser control, I think laser neutral is so cool. I think a lot of players, like I know a lot of new players complain about getting lasered a lot, but I don't know. I always think like good laser play is so cool to see. It's also like way harder than most people give credit for. That's why I always thought like HPR in Indiana, like, don't get me wrong, he lasers a lot, but like he lasers so well. And that's
Right,
why I
like
think like
it's
Rod,
good layers.
yeah,
Lasers.
I think Rod's like actually way sicker, like unironically than what people think.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Interesting.
Don't get me wrong.
I mean,
It's not fun to lose. It's not fun to get lasered 500 times and back aired, but part of me is like, you know, respect. I can't do that. My dumb Falcon brain can't do laser neutral that long.
Yeah, Falco's like one of the top tiers that I could just never figure out how to play well. It just doesn't click for me.
There's just like no other character that I've played where like my hitboxes don't work correctly when I play Falco. I'm like, okay, back air is supposed to be like this massive anti-air. I'm supposed to up tilt step on reaction or whatever. Like that's how it feels playing against Falco. And then I play Falco, I'm like, my moves don't work. Like this doesn't, why isn't anything hit? Anything.
Yeah, I've thrown out 10 F smashes. Why haven't they hit yet?
Yeah, yeah, or like you do every auto cancel bear. It's like, oh, this always fucks me up, right? And then every auto cancel bear I do gets grabbed. Yeah. But yeah, so I really like Falco's lasers. Combo game is dope. I don't know. Also, I think like I like the way he beats Fox. Like that's the original thing that like I picked him up for, was to fight Fox. And I did not want to play Marth because I didn't want to just like, I don't know. I'm just not crazy about playing Marth. But I always thought the way that Falco beat Fox was pretty cool. It's kind of like, I don't know, it goes back to the laser control thing. It sort of feels like you have to try to like box in this fucking psychopath for 4 stocks. And if you box the psychopath in and stop him from like coming at you with his knife, you win. Like you're playing like an insane person on steroids swinging a knife around, but you have a gun. It's just it's not a very strong gun, so it's really fun.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Not in there. No, I'm a manga fan girl. Like, truth be told. I love watching manga. In fact, that's like mostly why I watch tournaments at this point. That's pretty fun.
I get that. Like, I hate Mango's Falco because it takes away games that I could be watching Mango Fox.
Yeah, that's fair. If you're a Fox main, I get that.
But you know, at least it's not as dark.
At least it's not Doc. Yeah, no, you're actually spitting with that. Yeah, Falco's cool. I think Falco is low-key my favorite character in the game. He's just like way too hard. Just like way too hard for me to do.
Sure. His movement isn't as fluid as Falcon.
I was gonna say, I think I have more thoughts about what I don't like about Falco than what I do like. Like, playing Falco is fun, but like, dude, you die so quickly. You have such limited movement. He's still good. He's still really good. He's just really fucking hard, I think. I know there's people who disagree with that, but
I think Falcon's hard.
I think a lot of early players kind of get upset. It's like the Sheik thing, actually. Like, I feel like a lot of early players would be like, oh, I hate Sheik. Sheik is so dumb with dash attack, F smash, or like dash attack forward air, or F tilt forward air. But then you kind of get better at the game, and you're like, okay, Sheik's not like that busted. She's busted, but like not.
She is the best
way.
character in the game.
It doesn't get better.
I respect that. And I kind of feel that way with, oh, this is ridiculous.
This is on accident.
This is ridiculous.
I wanted to highlight
Right, cool.
a chat message I saw earlier, where Icelink said, second melee player to believe in their character. The first is Mason, but he's delusional.
Yeah. I don't know. I like seeing people believe in their character. I think that's cool.
Agreed.
I mean, it's not really true, but like, you know, I like seeing it.
Not all of us can be right, right?
Yeah,
but, like,
exactly.
But essentially, my thought process is there are like 13 characters, not 13. There's like 5 characters that could be the best character in the game, and Sheik is one of them. So I believe she is.
I definitely, yeah. I think that's a good way of looking at it. Like, if you told me you thought Sheik was the best character in the game, I'd be like
uncontested.
Hey, I'd be like, yeah, uncontested out of there. But if you said like, I think Sheik is the best character, I would at least like hear you. I'd be like, let them cook.
Right.
Now, if you told me like Young Link was the best character, I wouldn't believe you, but I would still probably let you cook.
Yeah.
I'd still just be like, okay, let me hear this out for like, let me give them like 5 minutes to see what they say, and then like, okay, and I'll be like, yeah.
Yeah, I won't push back, but I'm also looking for the exit as soon as I can.
Oh, yeah.
So you moved to the Pacific Northwest about 6 months ago now. How have you settled in with the local melee scene?
I love Oregon Melee so much. Like, it's actually crazy how much I love this scene.
Like more than Indiana Melee?
No,
I'm fucking with you. I would never make you do that.
You know, I could never rank the homies like that.
Yeah. No, but like, I love that you found a place that you can like, you know, find people you love and vibe with. Like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Because that's always a fear, like, when you're good friends with people here and you move. It's like, what if I don't find people?
Yeah, that was my big worry. And it was, like, kind of daunting, like, the first, like, weeklies, I think. But, I don't know. It's kind of crazy how quickly I got over it. Like, honestly, most people I've met here are just, like, insanely welcoming.
Nice.
I don't know. I was worried, like, you know, it's a bigger scene. There's a lot more people. So it's like, oh, what if I've heard, like, I don't know. I've heard some bigger scenes can get a little cliquey or whatever. Or people can be a little weird. And I've just, like, never really felt that here. At least, and maybe it's just, like, a Portland scene. It's mostly Portland scene that I'm a part of. But everyone from everywhere I've met has been so cool.
Yeah, that's sick to hear. I think it's anytime you move like that, you do wonder if like you'll make friends. But I don't think I've ever moved somewhere and didn't make friends. So I think it's it's nice to be a little more comfortable with that, or at least when you think about it more.
Yeah, and Melee makes it so easy too.
Yeah, right.
Like,
You have
I
like
don't
a
know.
designated meeting place.
I could like never completely quit Melee, I think for that reason. At least it would take me a lot. It would take a lot for me to quit Melee completely.
Right.
I don't know. It's like such a good reason just to like, I don't know. Get out, see new people, and eventually like it's kind of funny. Usually when I go hang out with other Melee players, like playing Melee is the last thing we do. It's kind of funny.
Right.
Like if I was at an Indiana Weekly, I'm playing Melee the whole time. If I'm like at an Indiana Smash Fest, we're usually playing the whole time.
Right.
And I think like the most anyone actually plays at like, at least the Smash Fest that I go to is like 45. Like if you're playing 45 minutes of Melee at the fest, it's like, whoa, someone's tryharding at the fest.
Icelink wants to know, does your wife understand how sick it is that she got to hang out with one of the Fox mains ever? Parentheses, Fat Goku.
Dude, it is so fucking funny to me because I told my wife, I told Madison about Steven that I was hanging out with them. And like she knew that he was like a big player or whatever. Like she's like, oh, you know, he's top 100. Like, you know, I've been friends with like, you know,
Rick.
like Rick before. Like Rick, she was like, oh, that's cool. Like Rick is top 100. That's so awesome. And then she went and saw Fat Goku's profile and was like, wait, he has like 7,000 followers. He's like a celebrity. I'm like, yeah, you have no idea. And this fat dude, we got brunch, and she was like, I forget, it came up that they got like 9th at Genesis or something. And she's like, wait, you got 9th at Genesis? And it's just, it's one of those funny things where I think she kind of knows him more as like Steven than like Fat Goku, which I think is cool.
Right.
And I think,
Yeah.
I don't know, that's how I like it to be. But yeah, she thinks it's neat. It's funny. It's more like she knows Steven, and then it's just like, oh yeah, he happens to be good at a video game.
Yeah. Because that's all it really is at the end of the day.
Yeah, right. Like she, like I don't know, she doesn't really watch streams or like go to the tournaments. So I feel like I don't know. She sees everyone from more like the people, and she's always kind of been like that too.
Yeah, that's awesome. You mentioned that the fests are a little bit different. They play a little less melee there. What else do you think is different about Portland and Indiana?
Okay, so there was a while ago where I was thinking about this because I was like, okay, what's good? Like I was here for a few months, and I was like, the vibes here are definitely different. It's not like better, it's not worse, it's just different. And what is it? And like one, why is this scene so much more like poppin'? Because the weekly I go to in Portland gets like 50. Outside of it being a major city, I was like, what's going on? And I think the big difference that comes to it is I realized Indiana is like a heavy college state, and Portland specifically is like a destination city almost for people to like, they become adults, they get careers, and they move there. And like that happens with Indiana too, but just not really as much. So one of the big things I've realized was like, oh man, like Indiana kind of has most of its good players for like 4 years. Unless they're like in Indianapolis, like from the area, the good players that come are there for like a pretty limited time. Whereas Portland like actually has way more like long-term players, which is just cool to see. And I don't know if there's anything to necessarily do about it, but I thought it was kind of interesting. Also, the age group is definitely slightly higher in Portland for that reason than Indiana. Because like in Indiana, it's just going to be a bunch of college kids, which, you know, no shade. It's just a different vibe. And so I don't know. I feel like a lot of the people maybe why there's not so much Melee being played is because people are a little bit older. I don't know. Everyone's kind of been playing a little bit longer. I don't know. Yeah. I think the age thing has like just like a lot of implications.
That makes a lot of sense, yeah. What do you think's the same?
Oh, so the same? No. Obviously, everyone, you know, Melee players are the same. Everyone loves Melee. Definitely like a passion for each other's players, I think. Like, I definitely think, and this goes true for most scenes. I think most scenes are like ride or die for their players. But at least like, I get the similar vibe that Oregon players really like other Oregon players, the same way that Indiana kind of roots for Indiana in the same way. Like I've heard a lot of stories about like how Genesis, like Oregon rolls pretty deep and everyone cheers for each other. And I've kind of seen it at like smaller regionals too, how like Oregon has each other's backs. like in bracket sets. Like nothing too crazy, but just like, I don't know. Like I said, the weeklies here are 50 people a week, pretty much, at least since I've been here. And so you just like, you get to know a shit ton of people. And if you see them every single week, you just like, you get to know them pretty well. You have lots of combos with them. And then like when you just multiply that with a massive fucking group, it's kind of just like, everyone just loves watching each other play and watching each other do well, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah. Have you developed any rivalries?
Any rivalries? Maybe me and Derek Aura. Me and Aura get a little sassy with each other, which I think is nothing serious. It's fine, not in melee, maybe. Maybe we have a rivalry in like who can take more shots whenever we hang out. But melee rivalry, I don't really think so. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest, like, I kind of go through weeklies and I play my tourney sets and then I just kind of hang out. Which, like, for better or for worse, but everything is kind of just, like, big vibes. I wouldn't say there's really, like, rivalry.
Sure.
I'm trying to think, though. I've had, I don't know. There's a Peach player named Rubicon Marie. He's really good. I think we always have, oh my god, you're really gonna do Team Mason on stream.
I let you live. I just wanted my 50. Oh, okay.
She's a really good Peach main. She's gotten really good at the Cat and Falcon matchup. Oh my god. I know, we just always have really close sets and it's fun to play. Outside that though, I can't really think of much.
Alright, yeah. The streets have been complaining all stream about Mason tryharding, so that
I see what the show is now. The show is where Mason gets people to talk and then he gets combo vid footage.
That's not combo.
I swear to God, if I see any of this on Twitter clips, I'm gonna be kind of pissed.
Oh, I'm putting the down smash one in my combo video.
Oh, shit, no.
every like half cool combo, I will never put in a clip because there's the asterisk that talking while playing is hard as shit. Like it is just so hard.
Dude, like when I see like Homemade Waffles self-commentate sets and still beat people, I'm like, that's fucking crazy.
You're insane, right?
That's like something Armada could never.
Right? Yeah. Brandon, my goat.
But yeah, I don't know. The other differences between like, I don't know, Indiana, Oregon, I think the weeklies definitely have a way different vibe. Or at least, like the main weekly here is Ass. It's like Adam's Smash series and everyone just calls it Ass. I don't know, like when I compare it to Southside Sundays, both weeklies are good. But you know, Southside's in a card shop, it's indoors. Nothing too bad. It's like pretty standard. But then I go over to like the Portland weekly, and it's at someone's house. Everyone kind of hangs out in the backyard, like this guy's backyard, when they're not playing games. There's like a porch where everyone just sort of like chills out, sits. There's like food carts like a 4-minute walk away, so people are usually grabbing drinks too. It's just like, I don't know, it almost like does not feel like, for competition, it's kind of terrible because it's like, I want to do everything but play the game. But, I don't know, as far as like the vibe of it, it's fun.
Yeah, it sounds really nice. Our venue like doesn't have snacks or anything, so we have to like walk to Culver's if we want anything, which is nice. I'm glad there's a Culver's there, but having all that stuff to do right there sounds just awesome.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty amazing. Hey, I actually miss Culver's a lot, you know. I love me a Butterburger and some curds. I love a concrete mixer.
Who does
the fuck is a concrete mixer?
That's what they call them.
I know, but like, the fuck is a concrete mixer? Yeah.
I don't know if I want my ice cream as thick as concrete.
Right.
That sounds good.
So for those of you who don't know, we usually ask our guests for a couple topics, both on Melee and more, for things they like want to talk about. Joe probably gave us our most interesting response so far. So what Melee stages would you celebrate your 21st, 40th, and 90th birthday on?
Okay. So, I posed this question because one, I just want to talk about stuff that was not meta related or like gameplay related. But, okay, starting off with 21st. It's probably Forsyth, you know? Like, if it's my 21st birthday, I kind of want to go out. I kind of want to go downtown.
Mm.
Maybe go on top of a giant slippery UFO. You know, that sounds like a good time. Grab some drinks with the friends, go sightseeing. It's a beautiful night there, too. It looks like there's like a full moon. Like, if it's a 21st birthday, I think that's the place to go.
Okay, yeah.
Now then, when we go over to 40, I think things get a little bit more existential. I think things get a little bit like, I think I want to go the battlefield. I want to go battlefield, and I want to like dissociate the battlefield hand orb and just think and like ponder like, if I'm 40 years old, that's what I want to do. I want to like recap everything I've seen, everything I've learned, and just stare at. I want to look at the orb and ponder it.
I like that. Okay, okay.
Or secondary option, Jungle Japes. You know, a nice piece of property. Maybe go there, hang out with another cranky person, feel young because Cranky Kong is there. You know, I'll feel old because I'm 40,
yeah.
but hey, I'm not Cranky Kong old. I'll still
you
feel a
don't
little
look like
young in
him.
there. Yeah. Now then, and then the best one, 90. Okay, 90. If it's my birthday and I'm 90, that is also my funeral. And that's like, okay, it's gonna be the funeral that I'm alive for. And then we're just gonna like, I'm gonna have everyone say what they thought about my life. And like, what I mean. And then at the end of it, we're on Fountain of Dreams. You put me in the casket, and then you just like let me drift down the giant Fountain of Dreams like river.
The Fountain
Or-
of Dreams.
Okay.
Or alternatively, back to Jungle Japes, and you put me in that river, and then I feed the rock frogs.
Claptrap. Or,
And then like,
yeah.
and then I like feed nature, and that like satisfies my nature like desire. So I
That's
don't want to be buried. I don't want to be buried. I want it to go back to nature. So I'm like, here, let the rock crocs feed on me. Put me in the water. It's all good.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know if I agree with Battlefield, but I think with the other two, I get that.
Well, so where are you? If it's 40th birthday, where are you
40?
going?
Great Bay.
Yeah,
I wanna-
40.
I'm going
I
to the
wanna
Great
sit back-
Bay. I don't know.
The Great Bay. No, that's another good. That's a retiree spot.
Yeah.
I'm going to Dreamland. I'm taking a beer alone. And I'm staying there.
A beer with Wispy.
Yeah, my 21st
Yeah.
birthday, I'm going to Dreamland. I'm taking acid.
Oh yeah. I would also. I think going to Yoshi Stories, hanging out with the Shy Guys would be pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. and
That's what
Packy
I do
Brown.
every day. I hang out with the shy
Dude.
guys. You feel me? Like, you met Freeman?
Wow. Wow. Put it like that. I would hang with Pachyderm, dude.
Freeman is definitely always catching strays, but it's a beautiful thing.
Has he been on the show yet?
Yeah, he actually, I think he
course.
holds the most viewers.
Oh my god, that's
Of any
Oh,
awesome.
yeah, I
episode.
think he is our best performer.
Yeah, there's my list for like stages I would go to first. I don't really care about Peach's Castle. I think Onett, you know, I've lived in the Midwest enough. I don't really want to go to another small town with terrible drivers like Onett. That seems bad to me.
Mm.
I think
That'd be a
Big
good,
Blue,
like,
you know,
8th birthday.
an 8th birthday?
Yeah, and on it.
An 8th birthday. Where would I go for my 8th birthday? Probably like one of the Kirby stages to see like Wispy. Like I think hanging out with Wispy would be pretty great. Other than
Yeah.
that though. I don't know, where would you go? If you're 8 years old, what stage do you want to go to?
Flat zone.
Lilac?
Flat
No,
zone.
okay. Flat zone.
Yeah.
That time would be pretty sick.
Flat zone would be pretty crazy.
I'm going to Mute City.
Mute City would also be good. I think Mute City would make for a
Dodging
really cool
traffic.
21st too.
Oh yeah. So what characters get invited to the party and which ones don't?
Oh man. Okay.
Before you answer real quick, we are going to call this one last game.
Okay.
And we're going to switch
Okay.
over. Okay.
Okay, wait. Hold on. Let me lean in. Let me. Quick. This is my last chance to farm clips.
Oh, no.
I've gotten my ass beat the whole fucking time because I'm thinking about where I want my birthday party to be in Melee. 8th birthday, or no? Who gets invited to the birthday? I think Donkey Kong does. Donkey Kong to me kind of gets the party started. Like I don't think I have deep combos with Donkey Kong, but man, I think that guy probably hangs.
Yeah.
Dr. Mario not invited.
Real.
Like
Tax fraud.
No, like not invited. No one tell him the party's happening. Complete like silence on him. Young Link, no way. He's a child. No, Everyone has to be 21 plus at my birthday.
Okay.
At your
Who
8th
else?
birthday.
At my 8th birthday. That's what we're doing. On my 8th birthday. Who else? Mewtwo? Mewtwo can come to the party. I think I would. I would hang with Mewtwo.
Mewtwo's definitely going nonverbal at the function.
Which is why, dude. That's why I need him though. I need my fellow non-verbalites to like vibe with. But like, it's like okay, because you know, the vibe is right, so I don't mind. It's non-verbal, and we have that like. If me and Mewtwo are hanging and we're both non-verbal, I think the vibes are fine. Other than that, the must-haves. As far as like must-haves go, you know, Douglas J. Falcon has to be there.
Naturally.
I think Falco's probably the guy, says some shit at the beginning of the party, but by the end we're probably like both a little drunk, maybe crying a bit, talking about how much we hate Marth. And we make up. We have a good time for it. Fox, I don't know if Fox is invited. Fox might be too cool. Marth can come, but no, Marth. I was gonna say Marth is on good behavior. He can't.
I feel like Marth can come just like to look at. Like he's a pretty man. But
If Marth is DD for a group, they can.
sure.
Sheik is fine in my book. They can come to the function. Who else? That might be it for my must-haves.
Bowser cannot come.
Bowser, Ganondorf cannot come to the function. I'm sorry.
This is directly at MPX.
And I think that's it. Honestly, none of the plumbers can, except for maybe like Luigi. I would love it. I think Luigi, I'd have to convince like some of the other party members. Like, no, it's okay. I know what you think about plumbers, but like this one's good. You can have.
He's
Then that might
just
be
a
it.
chill little dude.
He's a pretty chill little guy. But then he just like randomly pops off too. Like he just charges up and then suddenly he just goes crazy.
Hits you with the yacht yippee, and then it's just like, alright, you gotta go home, dude. You're too drunk.
Oh god, I'm focusing on the game. I have to stop. Quick, what do we talk about?
What do you mean quick? You just need me.
Would I let would I let any other Pokemon in? Also, Alright, so wait, is that GG's? Is
Yep,
that last?
that is GG's.
Okay. Well, sweet. I'm glad I won the last.
Ah, you're a
That's
pussy.
the one that matters. Yeah, that might be it for my party list.
I think I just made
actually need,
a combo.
I think I
video.
probably need a full tier list in front of me to name it more. Oh wait, I have the character select screen in front of me. I'm crazy. Yeah, no, everyone else not invited. I don't think. Actually, Samus can come. Samus is allowed.
I think I don't go to your party.
No, she's bad. She's good. She's good, dude. Come on, she keeps Foxman in check. Fox tries to act like a douchebag. He tries to act all cool, and then you know what? Samus is just gonna go over there and big check him. Like she's gonna grab Fox's drink and then like hold it above him and like put it on the top shelf, and she's like, "Yeah, you're not so cool now because you're so short."
True.
And then Fox
true,
is like, "Yeah."
Alright, well, for the second half, we have the more section. You will be playing Dalton, and I will be asking you some non-melee questions.
All right.
Alrighty, and Dalton, if you want to go ahead and try streaming to me. Also,
I should be broadcasting.
it was funny. I picked music based on who was on the show. So for you, I picked "People Who Eat People Are the Luckiest People Alive." It's an AJJ album, and it's like it's like folk punk. And
Okay,
I was like,
I'll have to check them out. I don't know if I've heard of them.
I was like, Joe would like this. So, but the album ended, and it started playing the best of One Piece OST.
Oh my god, let's fucking go.
And that was on accident, but I thought it was funny.
It's perfect.
Alright.
No, that is perfect. Mason, are you caught up?
I'm finishing the manga. I just finished
No spoilers in
the
chat, but,
Wano
like,
fight.
Okay, cool. You're pretty.
I'm
pretty
like
deep.
almost there. I gotta like
Yeah.
yeah. It was a good fight.
It is a great fight.
I am waiting for game. Dalton's code is BBB676.
Yes.
We're also just gonna test if Dalton can stream to me, because sometimes he can and sometimes he can't.
Yeah, it really is a toss-up sometimes.
I don't know. This opponent is really spooky. I don't know how I feel about this.
Are you guys in game?
We are.
Yeah, no way.
Try it again. Try it again. Try it again.
Yeah.
Okay, waiting for game.
Okay, should we
I just
restart?
reset the broadcast.
Oh, okay. Okay. Let's go. Okay, we're chilling.
Working? Okay, cool.
Alrighty. So, cooking.
Yeah.
What is your favorite dish to make?
So I think my favorite dish is probably, it's not necessarily like the best tasting one, but it's probably fried rice, which does still taste really good.
So good.
I love fried rice.
Like, for the amount of effort it takes to make and the product you receive, it is top tier.
Yeah, like, I don't know, one of my favorite things with cooking is improvising. So, like, when you just, like, throw some shit in, and it's, like, cool, like, how do I make this better?
Right.
Like, fried rice is the ultimate, let's just throw some shit in a pan and see what works.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. Yeah, that's probably my favorite one. It's also just, like, just too.
Sure.
Like, you know, it's the tried and true. Like, fried rice is always there. Other recipes get messed up easily, but not fried rice. Fried rice is always there for me in the hard times.
Genuinely a good response. Also, that was fucked up.
Yes.
Wait, do you want to know where I learned that setup? The down throw reverse knee.
Where'd you learn it?
I learned it from Smash Summit. Well, it's the one that Blue was in.
Okay. Did you get it
No,
from
what?
Mech or did you get it from Salt?
Oh, salt.
Okay, good.
You can talk about some Ganondorf.
there are two
Watch-
Falcons there, and one of them is a
Yeah.
good answer.
I watched Salt do that to Ethan, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna hit that on him.
Oh, yeah.
And I think at least for like, I think every set with Ethan I've played, I've hit that on him. If not like, except for maybe one. It always makes me laugh.
So sick. So your worst cooking mistake? Like the worst
Oh.
experience you had with it?
My
Doesn't-
worst cooking mistake, it is probably when, this is like low-key kind of embarrassing cooking-wise.
No, I love this. This is good.
Okay, so I was making mashed potatoes, or at least trying to, and I forgot. So when you make mashed potatoes, for anyone who doesn't, you chop up your potatoes and you put them in your cold water on the stove, and then you turn the heat on, and you let it come up to heat while the potatoes are in it. Like, you don't wait for it to boil. You like just like have it in there the whole time. And I did not do that because I forgot. So I was like, fuck, my water's already boiling. All right, let me just throw the potatoes in there. And it didn't work. My potatoes were really chunky. They were gross. Their texture was all off. It was bad. But I was like, well, I still have to try. It's still potatoes. I love it. I also did not have cream or sour cream, which for
Like
anyone who also doesn't know,
anything to make it, yeah.
you like have to have it. And I was like, well, I have coffee creamer. Like, I can do that. Let me just try that. And then I forgot it was vanilla flavored coffee creamer, so it's really gross. Like, really, really
Chunky
bad. And I-
vanilla mashed potato.
chunky, like sweet potatoes. I'm like, this is the worst. That's probably up there for worst thing I've made, if not the worst thing I've ever made.
That's so good. Oh my god.
And since then, I'm like, yeah, it's never worth. It's like if the potatoes aren't working at first, just start over. Just hold the L.
So, I think I'm a pretty decent cook. I do not know how to make mashed potatoes. I fuck it up every time. They're either like chunky or they're liquidy. Like I don't know what I'm doing. So
Yeah, I think the big thing is the water thing. I think as long as you put them in there for long enough, that's good.
sure. I'll try it out. I'll try it out.
Yeah. Get yourself some
Um,
sour cream, some chives, some seasoning, and you're good. Especially with Thanksgiving come up, yeah, everyone should do that. Help your moms out, or your dads, whoever does the cooking.
Timbo Slice. He's the cook of the house.
First slice.
Timbo Slice. Tim Corbin, my father.
Ah, okay, that's really funny.
I love Timbo Slice. No, it's so fucked up. Okay, so something you love to eat, but you hate making it.
Something I love to eat, but I hate making it. Probably ramen. I've made ramen. I love ramen.
Like good
Professional
ramen. Yeah.
Good, like not ramen noodles, but like actual ramen is so good.
Yeah.
making ramen is like you need so many ingredients. You need to do so much prep. You need to stay there for so long. And it's like I did it once and it was okay. It was not remotely as good as the ramen I've had at actual places. And I was like, this is not worth the effort anymore. And I think a bunch of my ingredients went bad after the fact too, because I didn't use them. That's probably up there. I love ramen, but I probably will never try to make ramen from scratch again.
Sure. Makes sense. That's a good pick. Something you don't know how to make, but you want to learn.
Ooh, okay. Something I don't know how to make, but I want to learn. There's a couple things. I would really like to learn. It's funny, I don't really like steak. I don't like it. I probably will never get a restaurant, but I just kind of want to know how to make a good one, you know? I feel like that's like... It's almost like the Fox main of cooking. Like, it's kind of just like everyone sort of has to have a good one, like, online.
Sure.
It's like, show that you know what you're doing.
Honestly, just look up, like, the Gordon Ramsay steak.
Yeah, it doesn't seem that bad.
It is not hard. It is pretty damn good.
Other than that, there's a lot of baking stuff I want to make. I really want to make sticky toffee pudding, which basically involves, like, melting caramel into the bottom of a tin, and then you put cake batter in it. But then you also have to get it to, like, pull out really cleanly, too.
Right.
That's pretty difficult, I think. At least it's,
Pulling
like, too
out
difficult
is
for I haven't attempted it yet. And then, I don't know. There's so many things I could probably say. And then I'll just say the last one... I've wanted to cook, but I have... Probably, like, sourdough bread or brioche bread. Some bread that really takes a lot of effort. I've made bread a good amount of times, but it's always like no need for overnight bread. Like,
Sure.
It's like the low effort ones because I never think I can like. I'm like too scared of like the big boy bread.
Sure.
I try it sometime.
You went to the tiny house bread battle, yeah?
I did, yeah. And me and Bennett split the bread.
Oh, that's so good.
So I drove them, and then we split the bread to make it even. I think Bennett beat my Falco and my Fox and my Luigi. That like I switched it out.
Okay. Yeah, your Luigi is getting pretty good.
Luigi is sick, dude. I promise. My Luigi is sick. When that guy is in practice, he goes off. And when he doesn't have to fight Ganondorfs too.
Yeah. Okay, there's the big one. So I'm glad you brought baking up. What is the difference in cooking and baking to you? Like, what's the big change?
Okay, I love this combo because I've had this with some like other Oregon people too. So, cooking is like jazz for the most part. Like, not to use that like cliched phrase like, from Melee, but like
No,
cooking has a lot of room for improvisation, and you are supposed to like kind of taste while you go, adjust your seasoning. There's a lot of different things that like you're just kind of adjust based on like the day, where you're cooking, what you're cooking with, and you can sort of figure it out as you go. Baking is like hardcore science. Baking is not, you don't fuck around with baking. You like have your shit and then you stick to it.
Sure.
And so, I don't know. Day to day I like cooking more because of that, because it's just a little bit easier to go like loosey-goosey. But baking, like when you get a good bake done, it feels really good. So it's
That
like,
shit
fuck
feels
yeah.
more rewarding, right?
Yeah, it's like you did the challenge. You did like the thing that you were supposed to.
That was the thing.
Long the effort at that. So it didn't work.
Okay.
But yeah, I like both a lot. Honestly, I'm like getting ready to learn how to like make cakes too. I really like making cakes. I'm about to like get back into that too. I think I'm not like even a huge cake fan, but like the process of making cakes is really fun.
Sure.
Very like there's a lot of construction to it. It's really cool, I think.
Sure. Would you say it's very like artistic and this is a segue?
I would.
Cool!
I would say like cakes are like a canvas to make.
Oh,
like once you get it made, you can kind of just like design it how you want.
Sure.
And yeah, and just like other art, it's very, very fun.
Sure. So speaking of art and canvas and cake, you love drawing. So what is like your...
I love drawing in a very similar way to where I love Melee.
Oh,
I kinda
no.
wanna, like, rack my brain anytime I do it, but like I keep kind of going back to it.
Sure.
But no, I love drawing.
Yeah.
I think drawing is a really, really cool thing to do.
What's your favorite form? Do you do like just like pencil and paper? Do you do like colored pencils?
Pencil, I don't know. I think line art is definitely my favorite,
Okay.
mostly because it's like, it's just what I practice the most, so it's what I'm most comfortable with.
Sure.
Or like I'll draw on my iPad. I've got an iPad that I draw on too. Digital
Okay.
is really, really fun. But yeah, other than that, painting is really cool too. Painting is really cool, but it's a much different process.
Sure.
When I paint, it's a little bit more abstract. It's a little bit more like, let's just see it like, you know, I don't know how to say it. It's like there's not like a goal in mind when I paint. It's kind of like let's just throw some random colors on, some random shapes, and like trip out for whatever gets made, pretty much.
Sure.
Whereas if I'm drawing something with like pencil or my iPad, there's a very specific subject that I'm like usually trying to do.
That makes sense. So real quick, Blue says this is the most blessed TriCast ever, and MPX says Joe Phrigid will never have a bad opinion. Never mind, she brought up Melee in the more section.
No, it's my fault.
No, that's okay. I feel like the more section is like whatever you want it to be. You know?
Hey, I didn't bring it up like as the subject.
Right,
Okay.
you used it
I
as
just
an
compared the
anecdote.
two.
Right, yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. Do you have any aspirations in the art field?
Yeah, honestly, like, I don't have, like, anything super concrete. I would like to make, like, some more complete pieces. I usually
Sure.
just do, like, line art. It's usually, like, black and white, like, sketches.
Sure.
If I was to make, like, a couple, like, really serious, that'd be cool. I think if I had, like, a moderately regular art account that I posted to, that would be cool. Like, it doesn't even have to have a lot of followers. If I posted to an art account,
Sure.
like,
Do you think that would also
once every 2 weeks.
Do you think that would also keep you a little more like what's the term here? Like in check, like sometimes you don't feel like doing art, but when you have an art account, it's like, all right, I gotta sit down and do it.
Yeah, and on one hand, that's like, because I've done that with other things too, and it can kind of get bad because you feel like, oh, I have to do this thing to, I don't know, not because I necessarily want to, but because I feel like I have to. But like, I don't know, if I was able to dedicate enough time to like an art account for a year, I think I would like, fuck yeah, like that would be, I think that'd be like a cool commitment thing that I could prove to myself.
Sure. MPX, the word was accountable.
That's
Thank
the right
you.
word.
Yeah. No, I just couldn't think of accountable. Like, I was just like the thing where you people hold you to things.
Yeah, yeah.
But thank you.
But yeah, other than like those things, one of my other things too is I have like this idea in my head that if I ever do like completely give up on like comp melee, like I don't think I'll ever like give up comp melee, but I could see myself giving up like trying in brackets, like pretty significantly.
Sure.
And I would like to like ideally replace art with that.
Hell
It's
yeah.
like another thing where you can just like infinitely be good, and there's literally always something to be better at too.
Sure.
And so I think if I can one day, if I can do art as much as I have played Melee, I will be so happy. Like, that's probably my goal one of these days.
That's a good goal. I like that. I like your art. I've only seen it a couple of times, but it's good
Yeah.
stuff.
It's been a while since I've posted, so after the move, I kind of took a pretty big break.
I gotcha.
I'm trying to get back into it now. It's pretty fun. Like, I did it the other night, and it was like, oh yeah, I remember
I
right.
love
so
this.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like
Like, I
it's
don't
cool
know.
because you can kind of like get lost in it, and like
Yeah.
you just have a lot of fun. And 6 hours later, you're like, oh, it's 6 hours later.
Yeah. No, like when I've like, one time I posted a tweet just being like, hey, I really need to practice portraits for a class. Like, send me a picture and I'll draw you.
Sure.
And I drew, I think 12 different people.
Oh shit.
And I drew for about like 4 or 5 hours straight, which was like some
Oh
of the
my
most
God.
I drew.
Yeah.
Like just like without break at all. And
Right.
it was really cool. It was really, really fun. It was like, it's fun to get like lost in that process of it.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard. It's hard, but once you find the flow, it's like really worth it.
Okay. So as somebody who sucks at all forms of art, or rather all forms of visual art, why do I suck at visual arts?
Okay,
Like-
you probably suck at visual art Not because you're actually bad at art. You are probably just really bad at judging. Which is like, there's like something that I've had to remind myself a lot with art too, which is like, I don't know, like kids draw with like markers and crayons, and they don't give a fuck how it looks. They're just like, yo, look at this. I'm fucking
Yeah.
drawing a turtle. And you're like, that doesn't look like it, but man, go for it, kid. And it's great. They're having a great time for it.
I am that kid.
Well, that's what you should get back to. You should get back to just being like, oh, I don't care if it's bad. Or it's just like, it is the way it is. It's
Okay.
like, not to get MPX back on me for bringing up Melee, but
Ooh.
you know how like in Melee, there's a certain point where you have to stop being like, oh, this move is bullshit. Like, oh, Fox is so broken. Sheik is so lame. Like, if you really want to be good, you have to just like
Play the
accept
game.
it for. You have to accept it for what it is, not like
Sure.
what you want it to be. And
That makes sense.
so yeah, if I just guess why you quote unquote suck at art, I would say it's probably that. Because most art, I don't know. Most art is like, it might be cheesy, but like art's just an expression. And even like a shitty drawing you do will still be like your shitty drawing. It'll be like an imprint of like how you make a shitty drawing. And I think that's like something really cool about that.
That is cool. I like that. I do think like there's like the artist subjective look that you're going for. And like
Yeah.
I'm objectively bad at art, but like I like that
Okay.
viewpoint and I might explore that. I think it'd be fun.
Now, for a more literal answer for why you might,
Sure,
let's say
sure.
like realism. If you're bad at realism, you're probably bad at judging proportion. which
Okay.
I'm bad at that. Like, you try to draw a person and then suddenly like their arm is like the size of their entire body. Or like,
Sure.
you draw like massive shoulders, but then their head is like a pea. And it's like, wow, I don't know how this happened. I was just trying to draw a thing. Ended up, but, that's probably why. At least that's always my face when I feel like I suck at drawing. I'm like, damn, I just drew everything the wrong size.
I get you. You have a lot of people in chat asking for a longer episode. And also, Christian says, my hot chocolate is art.
Hot chocolate is art. It's true. Anything can be art.
I think I'm gonna bully Christian.
You should. I'm a big fan. That's like Melee, cooking, and bullying Christian. Some of my favorite.
That's
hobbies.
true. Don't really have like a smooth like cake into art segue for this one, but I'm gonna go into the last section here. Well, kind of. It's kind of a mix of two, but whatever. Movies.
Yes.
Do you have a favorite category of movie?
Oh boy. Man, that's hard. That's like, I don't know. Do you have like a favorite category of person? Like, how can you pick? There's just like, there's too much.
Sure. It can be a very broad category.
A super broad. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
If we're picking super broad category, my favorite categories of movie is movie that makes me feel things.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a good category.
That is such a
Even-
good category.
I have like I just watched Priscilla, which is a movie about Elvis's ex-wife.
Oh yeah.
And like Elvis is a piece of shit for people
Yes.
who don't know.
Yeah.
Like horrible
Yeah.
fucking husband.
Yeah.
And that movie's really sad. It's really sad. Same thing with like Killers of the Flower Moon. I watched that recently too. Not fun at all. But
Sure.
man, I really like those. But they make you feel something.
I'm
And it's like,
interested in watching that actually.
Yeah,
do you
I think it's
recommend
worth
it?
that.
Okay.
I do.
I
Okay,
saw
so-
it compared to Oppenheimer, where it's like cis white men will be like, oh, like Oppenheimer, those are the good guys, and like Killer of the Flower Moon, they're like Leo, he's the good guy. But that's not
Yeah.
the point that is supposed to be getting across, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Which I haven't seen Oppenheimer. I still need to. Like honestly, 3-hour movies are very hard for me to watch, let alone
Sure.
3.5 hours. And I went and saw Killers of the Flower Moon with a friend, which is kind of how it got me to watch that. I still haven't watched Oppenheimer though. I might do it because I've heard bad things about it, and I need like I want to have an opinion on it.
Sure, makes sense.
You
I
know,
do
like,
have
I love to hate, but like I have to have my hate. I have to have reasons.
right. I do have a new chatter in chat. It's Gassy Goosey. They say Phrigid Pog with a heart and then 10 out of 10 movie recs.
Ah, that sounds like a good chatter to me. I think that chatter should be modded maybe, or like given a free sub.
Hey, you know, if I had subs, I would do it. But I only stream 1 hour a week, so I can't
That's
get
fair.
sub button.
Yo,
Maybe one day.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, so I know that chatter very well.
okay. Well, they seem like a cool person because you're a cool person. um,
Other than that, though, I know I like movies a lot. I originally went to school for pretty much filmmaking.
Sure.
Which that's a whole other combo to get into, but I like movies
Sure.
a lot. I still love watching movies a ton.
Yeah.
I like what they can be.
yeah, the art of filmmaking is just lovely. Like indie film
Yeah.
festivals are so sick.
Dude, yeah. Have you ever heard of the YouTube channel Every Frame of Painting? Okay. If you ever just want to like geek out about like how cool films are, and you want a good YouTube channel to binge for like snack time,
Check.
'cause, everyone needs a good like 20-minute video for when they're having them. Just look up Every Frame of Painting and give it a watch.
I will. That sounds lovely. Hottest take on a loved movie that you think is bad.
A loved movie that I think bad. I don't
Or
know.
or vice versa if you want to go that route where it's like people are like, this movie sucked, and you're like, this movie was awesome.
There's so many movies. How do I answer this? Wait, let me think. What's a movie? Like, I'm trying to think of like what's popular that I like hated, but like, I don't know. I hate Marvel movies. I don't know if that's necessarily like that's not a hot take.
I
but,
can
like,
count it because I think I hate them and Joe Icelink loves them, so it's like.
Ooh. Yeah, no, that shit's cringe. It's just like, it's like paying to watch commercials, pretty much.
Yeah, I could see that.
And I just don't like it. I think I used to kind of defend them a little bit. I was like, there's something there. There's something to be said for like such a big piece of production that takes such a huge collaboration between people. But now I'm just kind of like, fuck them. They're soulless. I don't like them.
Yeah, no, that's real.
And then I don't know, a movie that I like that people don't like. I don't know.
Your opinions are always correct, so like you might not have an answer.
I'm trying to think of like some really artsy shit that I've seen. But then like also I want to like be like I want you guys to know the movie too.
Right.
Like I can't drop anything too crazy.
I didn't realize Gassy Goosey was Madison.
It
Hi,
is,
Madison.
Hi, Gassy It's my wife. I don't know. Is she putting any movies in there?
No, she's just kind of saying hi to everyone. She's saying, I miss you, Christian, because Christian said hi, Aw. She said, hi, Mason, I miss you.
Yeah. She's sweet.
I
love her.
Aw. You guys are adorable and dorks. Okay.
I don't know. If I can pull out my letterbox, maybe I'll find something. If I can. I don't know if I can play Dalton and look at letterbox.
It's
That'd be hard.
I like how like the deeper you have to think about these questions, the closer the games are. It's such a glorious. Aw. We will go ahead and call this one last game.
Okay.
perfect. I just have to win this one.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's the only one that matters.
So we're gonna rapid fire. Dork is 100% a compliment, by the way.
Oh, 100%.
So Desert Island movie list, you get 3.
Ooh, I get 3.
You
movies.
can alternate. You can kick a movie out for a season of a TV show.
Okay, well, movies. One of my all-time favorite movies is Scream. I love that movie
The first
so
one?
much. The very first Scream. I could like
Okay.
talk like probably a good little bit for why that movie is so sick.
Sure.
The other one. What would I have to? The other movie, number 2 would be Everything Everywhere All at Once.
That is such a
Because-
good movie.
It is such a good movie, and like where most movies kind of make me like feel bad if it's an emotional response, that movie actually like reinvigorates my optimism, which I really like. And I
like
don't know.
that.
I need that a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then one season of a TV show, I'll pick. Have you guys ever seen True Detective? Okay. There's the one season. It's like they change stories every season. It's like a It's not true crime, but it's like a detective show. But it's got like Matthew McConaughey
Oh,
in it.
okay.
And the first season's like really, really fucking good. Like maybe like my favorite television of all time. It's like
Damn.
insanely good.
Honestly, some fire picks.
Yeah. Yeah, if anyone wants to watch cool detective stuff, I would recommend True Detective Season 1. It's really, really fucking good.
So my super slick segue for this one was, okay, now Desert Island indie games.
Okay, Desert Island.
You get 3.
Yeah.
Go.
Okay. And it has to be indie game.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Which first, go over what an indie game is.
Okay, so an indie game is a game that is published. It's not published by a major developer, or it's like, it's only getting its funding from the creator or the creator crowdfunding. Like,
right.
Basically, the people making the game are like where the money is
right.
from, not a publisher.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's usually pretty small scale. I do like Celeste. I like Celeste a lot.
Very good game. The movement is just so lovely.
The movement in it's really good. That one would just take up a lot of time trying to perfect. Hollow Knight, 100%.
Such a good game.
Amazing. And it has also really good movement. I think that game is like, I told this to Zombie on Twitter, but I was like, that game satisfies my melee movement brain. It's like, it's so clean.
Yeah. Okay.
And then last would be a game I just played. It's called A Short Hike.
So timeout.
Have you played it?
No, but Madison said you better say A Short Hike.
Yeah.
And then you said it. Okay.
Yeah, so it's a game, it's only like 4 to 6 hours long, but it is, GG. It is a game that's just like so, it's like optimistic too. It's like a game about taking your time, not rushing through things, and just like enjoying life.
Aww.
And so that's a game recently that I've really, really liked. It's a good like, it's like a game like, oh, I needed to play this at this time. So it's really good.
Oh, that sounds like a good game. I'll check it out. I've played the other two, but
yeah, please do, dude. Mason, with some of the convos we've had about our worldview, I think.
Hey, this is not my episode. Let's time out.
I think I would recommend that game to you. I'd recommend that game to everyone.
Sure. I actually really appreciate a personal rec. I will. I'll check it out.
And it's only you can beat it in a single night. It's really easy.
Nice. Joe, I love you.
Dude, I love you both so much. You guys actually have no idea.
You are a pleasure. It was so much fun to talk with you. Do you have any closing remarks for our audience?
Yeah. So I will be back in Indiana this December. I'll be back around the holidays for about a week.
Yes. Okay, huge.
Please, I would like to see everyone. I'll see if I can go to a weekly. If not, I'll try to find something to meet up with everyone at. But yeah, when I come back for the holidays, I just want to see everyone so much. I just want to be in the same room with everyone so badly.
Okay. Well, as per usual, we do give our guests the chance to give one player a free weekly. Dalton and I will pay for the weekly of one player of your choice. You have the special benefit. You're a part of another scene now. If you do want to choose someone else, you can.
I don't know. I kind of feel like I need to funnel the money into Indiana. Like, I feel like it'd be messed up if I just gave it to Big Portland. Like, that'd be bad. So, I want to pay for... I'll pay for Brendan PK Crescent entry to a weekly.
Nice.
That's a good pick, specifically because South Bend has been driving an hour and a half every Sunday.
Yeah, South Bend can do it.
No, not South. Terre Haute, rather.
Oh, Terre Haute.
Yeah,
okay,
so
yeah.
Terre Haute already has a car.
Yeah, so he can hop in easy.
That's what I'm saying.
Active again.
Easy.
Not even active, just one weekly. It's free. You're losing money not going into it now.
As long as he's not the driver.
As long as he's not the driver, yeah. Which I don't think legally he could be.
Nice. Oh.
Yeah, that's my pick. I hope he takes advantage of it.
So far we've had about 50-50.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
he might be that 51.
I'll bug him and bother him to take her.
Would appreciate it. Well, this has been Melee and More with Acid.
And Dalbull.
And Jolie,
Yes.
thank you for having me on. I
Of
love talking to
course.
you, Bert. It's a ton of fun.
Thank you. Have a good night, everybody.